Scorpio. I'm here to give you a wild card read straight from the hip with lots of lip. That's interesting. I just saw a hawk fly by the window. All right, you got some messages from spirit coming in. You might have been picking this up. You might have been picking this up on the ether. Maybe your spidey senses have been tingling. You've been feeling like maybe somebody's been up to something on a spiritual level. Okay, you could suspect that somebody's got like some spiritual work they're throwing around. All right, let's dive into it. This is for any significant, oh, I'll leave that behind. That wanted to fly out of its own accord. This is for any significant Scorpio placement, or if you have a prominent placement in the 8th house, likewise if you're Taurus rising, that makes you a Scorpio descendant, and something may be here for you. All right, let's check it out. Basis of the matter. Jack of Clubs energy, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, fast-moving energy, that there's been some brakes put on with the 4 of Spades here in the light. Why? Not trusting the advance with the Jack of Hearts. Something feels shady. Something feels manipulative. You can't trust this. You got your hackles up. That's what I got, which is crossing influence here. Oh, yes. You know that somebody is being sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. You're not trusting this at all. This might be a certain player sneaking into your energy. You know it. You feel it. You've been picking it up, all right? You've got your blocks up here. I feel like you've been like amping up your energetic boundaries. I feel that very strongly. You feel already a little bit depleted by this energy. I think, you know, you feel like this person's been trying to tap into you a lot, draining you a bit. You know, you're like, oh yeah, you want to fuck around like that? You'll find out with Discover, Learn, and Play here. All right, let's check it out. What's coming in, Scorpio? I don't think you're going to deal with this character messing around on the ether. It's coming in this way for you this week, Scorpio. All right, I never know what messages are going to come in. Sometimes these messages don't speak to everybody, all right? So whatever message wants to come through is the most timely message for the Scorpio collective and what they need to hear. This is somebody just wanting access to your energy. Interesting, because like a kind of similar vibe came through for Libra. I don't know if there's a connection there for you. If you may know a Libra, maybe you and a Libra are being targeted. That's possible too, okay? This energy came in for them too, as well. You know, like, and this sort of like energy harvesting energy. Could be something that's balancing out karmically too. Having to do with somebody that, you know, you haven't like properly closed things out with, I got. Maybe even somebody that you used to connect with on the astral quite a bit. I mean, you used to in the past. I feel that. Like you got some kind of like telepathic connection with this individual. You used to exchange energy, like of your own free will. I see that. It's coming through very clearly here. But then you decided to pull out. You decided to pull out before they got to you, like blow the wad. That's what I got. It's that kind of energy. Some of you, I have to bring it in. Some of you might be working with this a little bit manipulative. You might, not all of you, but some of you, you know, you've been moving a bit sideways. You know, you have the ability to kind of like, you know, use this energy to draw people in, and then it's like you're like drawing them in, and then you're like, no. But you're doing it on an energetic level, like on an astral level. I'm careful with that. I don't think that's the best way to work with this energy. Because let me tell you, they'll throw it right back to you real quick with that Jack of Clubs coming up in the shadow there with a quickness. They'll have you throwing up so much defenses, you won't even be able to get any rest. Let me tell you, you'll constantly be trying to ward this off. I wouldn't mess around with this energy, all right? Don't court it. You might be tempted. Maybe you had a real strong connection with this person, so it's hard for you to put up those sort of spiritual blocks, I feel, you know? You want to indulge. You're fighting yourself. There's a little bit of the devil inside with you. Every single one of us, the devil inside. I don't know, all these like old songs coming in today, all right? Could be a Generation Xer, that's possible, all right? I think you've indulged in something in excess. A little word play there. Maybe you have some like kind of witty banter with this person. Maybe you kind of like do it for sport in a way that there's something about it that you know that it's also toxic. I got that. You know, you need to cut it off with the 3 of spades in the shadow, but there's this part of you. It's like the doppelganger part of you. It's like it's your dark side, and sometimes the dark side wins with you. You can't help it. And you get a little bit like, you know, a little bit cocky, but then it's like the boomerang on this is pretty severe. It's pretty severe. There's some heavy energy here in this situation. It's really manipulative and it's very selfish. I feel like either way, even when you do indulge, you end up on the drain side of this. Like this person just like they really benefit from your energy, not so much working in the reverse, okay? It makes you feel drained, and then you're constantly having to do like cleansings, and you're constantly having to put up blocks, and you're constantly having to figure out how can I evade this energy on the ether now, because it's always like hot on your tail. It's got that vibe. I just saw the hound chasing the hare, okay? The hound chasing the hare. That's like the chase, the hunt between Caradwin and Taliesin. Well, he doesn't start out as Taliesin, it starts out as Gwen, but he becomes Taliesin. So perhaps this is a little bit of like a mirroring experience, you know, it's like teacher mirroring student, vice versa. Maybe it's like teacher student jockeying for position. Who has the most power? You're testing each other. Oh, wow, that was a good defensive move back there. Let me see what happens if I throw this at you. You guys are kind of having fun with it, though, like in a really like warped way, but I feel like something's getting a little out of hand because it's like, when are you actually going to like take it beyond this like sort of ethereal experience and ground it in reality? I mean, it does look like it's siphoning energy, like you're getting drained by this. This person's harvesting a lot of energy off of you or vice versa, okay? This person might be getting depleted, which might be why they are more like, kind of like more hungry for your energy, throwing more around, trying to insert themselves into your auric field even more intensely, right? Maybe you need to be a bit more Libran in that regard. You need to bring forward more of that kind of like King of Swords, Queen of Swords kind of energy and just be real kind of like cut off. That might feel kind of difficult at first, but there's something here you're not recognizing, the way that this is like siphoning your energy and draining you. And it's also like kind of like, you know, it's like a video game. It's like you're giving them this like just pure energy, like you're powering them up and your battery's being drained. Like eventually that's going to be like not a good situation, okay? So I do feel like you need to get, you know, you need to get it together a little bit, Scorpio, a little bit. Yeah, this is somebody that you feel like totally enmeshed with this person, and you are soulmates, but there's a real like, you know, they're sort of like here to teach you a lot about overcoming your shadow, overcoming the difficult aspects of yourself. And, you know, we hold shadow and light in balance, yes. But there's this piece where at a certain point you do need to overcome your shadow. In other words, overcome it in the sense that you have mastery over the shadow. You can be aware of the shadow. You can hold space for it. You can hold it in balance, okay? But you know not to let certain elements get out of control, because then it really throws off your whole freaking life, okay? So whenever you're engaging with here on the spiritual level, eventually it's going to start to affect your health, okay? I got kidney issues, okay? Yeah, like the filtration systems of the body are having issues right now. You may find that. You may go to take a leak and your urine's like all dark, you know? You're not clearing out the toxic load of this person just like tapping into your energy all the time. It's like making the waters murky. You might be getting like some bloating, you know, like I feel like tired, fatigued, you know, dark circles under the eyes, feeling depleted. I'm getting kidneys. I keep getting kidneys with this thing, okay? I don't know, maybe this person likes to target that area. Ace of Hearts in the shadow. Oh, it's a love story from hell, you know? It's like This is definitely something that it's doing you no good. It's actually only working for one person. Their cup's getting real full. Yours is getting drained here, right? So it's like, it's weird because it's almost like they're kind of working with this part of you that they consider the more egoic side of you, where they're letting you think that you're winning. And then that allows you to get kind of sloppy with your boundaries. You let down your guard, and then they tap in and they just like, they suck you dry. I got that, you know, and then you're all up in your head. You know, I'm telling you, this person's doing some major manipulation here. This person works on the ethers a lot. They work a lot by withholding their energy. They let the tension build up. It's like they edge you spiritually. That's what I got. They edge you spiritually, and they wait until you're hungry for the connection, and then you're like, you get a little sloppy. You get a little sloppy. You let them in, and then you're forced to kind of like, okay, let me untangle that again, because now I feel like everything's tied up in knots. Our energy is like completely enmeshed on the quantum level. All right. When what you really need is this. You need to, you know, have connections where there's like a give and take. There's a reciprocal flow. There's just somebody taking and taking and taking here. And what it gives you, it only gives you, you know, in that moment of like some kind of orgasmic release when you're able to connect with this individual on the ethers, but it doesn't pay off, okay? This is like a love story that's taking place in like alternate reality. It never grounds in physical reality. Like there's something about it that's, it's like, it's very imprisoning in a sense, because it keeps you locked in a certain energetic pattern, and it doesn't allow you to move beyond that. And yet you think you have freedom just because it's not physically present. But with the way this energy is so parasitic and draining you, like you're being completely held back. I want to know what would happen if Scorpio really laid down some boundary lines with this individual and stopped entertaining this, if they just got like really solid, you know, really solid. Okay, there's the cutoff. Oh, look at that. See, I like that. I like that a lot, Scorpio. Yep, 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 yep. I like that a lot, Scorpio. Look, 3 of spades. Okay, you return to yourself, you separate the energy from this individual, and then you drop back down into your own energy. Look at this, your energy, Queen of Hearts. You fill up your own cup. Okay, and then all of that, you know, kind of like hungry, like aggressive, like mine energy, it actually like it flips back around on them. Okay, and they'll be busy with that for a while. They'll be entangled with that for a while. They'll give you a little space, and in the meantime your heart will get clear. Okay, with the Ace of Hearts, your heart gets clear, and you get more solid about your boundaries. And this is actually healthy, you know, actually healthy, that you don't let yourself be used like a harlot. Okay, with the Queen of Clubs energy there in the shadow, right? That's, you know, it's a little bit of that, like you may tell yourself like it's like the sacred tantric priestess type action, but it's not. It's called leaky shakti, and all it does is drain your vitality. Okay, it's not in your best interest. You're definitely dealing with like fire in this situation. Okay, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You also got some water energy that matches yours. Okay, this person could be like a slow rolling boil. Okay, but when it gets too hot, they boil over. It scorches everything. I just got that about this person's energy. And it could be a lot going down in relation to this online. Okay, so you know, do be aware, you know, that you can do a lot to manipulate online too. This could be a way that this person like sort of seeds your consciousness. Just putting up sort of vague posts, you know, maybe doing a little passive aggressive posting, maybe purposely, you know, posting pictures with, you know, people that they know, it'll get under your skin, like this kind of thing. In fact, I feel like the more you distract yourself from that, the better off you'll be. I really got that. This is an interesting story. It looks like you really just need to pull your energy back. If you extricate yourself from this, there are a little bit of like parallels between Libra. So I don't know if you're ensnared in some kind of like online drama, or, you know, if there's a Libra in your situation, if you and a Libra share a certain group of people, Libra is pulling away from drama too. Very aggressively though. Okay. And I'm picking up like similar tinges in yours. It's just a little bit different. It's a little bit different with you, you know. little bit different, but there could be a Libra factoring in your situation. Either way, I feel like this is a really like old, like stuck, like karmic loop in this situation. And whoever's been doing workings in this situation, like throwing their self around on the ethers, like they've been at it a long time, and you've been at it too. Like this is a two-way street, I have to say, and it's all been about like self-indulgence, gratification. I mean, I think you enjoy getting your rocks off like this. I do. I think you both do. Like there is this indulgence here. And there is like this connection, but see, you all aren't together physically. You aren't. This is a connection that's totally going down on the ether, you know? It's you tapping into each other energetically. And that's why there's the imbalance. It's not rooted in reality. And that puts you too much in your head and it's too ambiguous, right? So that's where it becomes really murky. And somebody can really like have a hold of your energy and have a hold of it in a very manipulative way, right? We got the Four of Hearts here, right? So this is like, it's an imbalance of a power dynamic. And yeah, it's hot, you know? You like that astral D, man. But look, this is no good, you know. Get your vitamin D in another way. Get out into the sun, man. Like you need to get some fresh air, get a different perspective of this situation. Because right now, you know, you're too entangled in this energy. You don't even realize it yet. It's definitely there's that King of Spades. It has something to do with an X, okay? Air sign energy again, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. There's something you need to be more like definitive about here. You need to up your cutoff game in this regard. It might be awkward at first. I think at first you'll feel it's more like a loss, but then you'll realize as your energy rebounds that it's not, okay? You're just kind of like in this like glamour mental loop right now. You're like traveling in this inner labyrinth. And once you disconnect from the energy, you'll realize that you've been traveling in this inner labyrinth, much like, you know, Jack did in The Shining. It just leaves you out in the cold. It's just not worth it, man. Okay, cut of the deck. What do we got here? Yeah, look at this. Queen of Spades, okay? And this is definitely an X you're dealing with, all right? I think they are hot on your tail here. I do. Somebody is hot on your tail. I don't think they're going to leave you behind, but there needs to be a transformation of this energy because right now it's not in balance, and there's something karmically being balanced here. But before there can be any way forward here with the Two of Clubs, okay, coming up in the shadow, and before there can be any kind of like resolution or fulfilling outcome in this situation, there needs to be a moving away, you know, a moving away from the game playing and a willingness to kind of like, you know, it's time to evolve in this storyline. Will that happen? I don't know. Right now, the way is blocked, okay? And it's because you haven't laid down blocks. You really need to do this. If you want to heal this connection, you want to come in alignment with this person, you need to start requiring that it moves out of the realm of fantasy land and actually grounds in material